Viktor. Well, you made it, you're in the UFC. Can you just take us back to when you first got that phone call that you'd finally be fighting in the UFC and how that made you feel?
Oh yes, it was, of course, it was amazing, but you know it was a couple of steps. So when I get this last the phone call that I will fight there was, let's say, just something that confirmed the thing that I already expected. My manager was working on that, and I knew it's close, and then it happened. So it wasn't just like that. I wouldn't know anything, and somebody called me. So it wasn't like that. So a little bit, we were talking about it for maybe I don't know, a couple of months. So it wasn't such a shock, but it was amazing. Still, it was my dream for a long time to fight there. So really good feeling.
How much of a big news is this in the Czech Republic, where you're from? Is this a big deal? Can you describe what this means to you?
Well, it's not such a big deal there, because MMA is not so much watched there, and it's not on such a high level. So public doesn't know much about it. But of course, between fighters and people who are interested, it was really great thing, because now I'm only Czech in the UFC, so quite big thing.
What do you think about the heavyweight division as you enter it? Do you see that there's fighters in the top 10, top 15 that you think that you could compete with and beat quite easily, or what's your point of view on the entire landscape of the division?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I couldn't beat guys in the top 10. Not now. I don't do this sport so long. I do it maybe for 5 years. Not so long time. So I think I have to work on myself. But I'm pretty sure that one day I'll be able to compete with these guys.
Okay. And for MMA fans or for UFC fans that haven't seen you compete before, can you just describe your fighting style and what they can expect on Saturday night?
Okay. I'm usually looking for takedown, and most of my fights I finished in crucifix position, usually by TKO, by elbows. That's what I like. So I guess I will try to do the same. So crucifix position and some punches.
So you like to take the fight to the ground more often than not?
Yeah, usually I do.
Okay.
Especially when my opponent's a striker, so like he's now.
Does it make it easier for you that because you're making your UFC debut, so is Ruslan Magomedov, he's also making his debut? Does it kind of make it a bit more of a balanced fight, that you're both going to have to go through the same thing with the UFC for the very first time?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, he might be a little more experienced than I am. He fights for a longer time, he has more fights. But I think that I had a good camp, good conditions. So I think it will be okay.
Okay. He comes from a very well-established fight camp, the Red Fury fight team. Obviously, they've got fighters like Khabib Nurmagomedov in there, and also Adlan Amagov. So how do you size him up as an opponent, and how do you prepare for a fighter like him?
Well, how do I prepare? I guess nothing special. Just training. Drills, sparrings, pads, cardio. I don't know. Nothing special. I just listen to my coaches. They tell me what to do.
Do you normally have a game plan, or do you just go into the fight and just
go
with the flow?
Well, of course I have a game plan. I think it's not possible to compete on such a level without a game plan. But I think I will not tell it now.
Yeah.
Maybe after fight we will see. Maybe I won't be able to go. Maybe I won't be able to go by my game plan, but we will will see. But I will don't. I won't tell you now because he could hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, can you just, obviously without giving away your game plan, can you just give us a prediction in terms of whether it will be a finish or a round? Are you looking to go the distance or get it done in the first round?
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, that's not. I already get this question today, so I will do the same answer. I said I will won by TKO in crucifix position in the second round.
And will you be trying to look for one of those bonuses as well?
Well, yeah, the bonus is it's of course nice, but most important is to win, and don't try to do some crazy stuff just for getting a bonus.
Yeah. And obviously, just to wrap up here, and when we speak to fighters for the very first time as they make their UFC debuts, one of the questions that always comes up, and I'm sure you've been asked this morning as well, is this whole thing about UFC octagon jitters. Have you thought about that in terms of what it was going to be like to make that entrance to the octagon for the very first time, and how the mental aspect of the game, how you'll prepare for that?
Well, difficult to say. How am I preparing for it? It's difficult to prepare for such a thing because you can't train these things. But I'm usually quite calm before fight and in fight, so I think it won't be such a problem. I think it will be okay.
Brilliant. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck on Saturday night.
Okay. Thank you too.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks.